Chelsea thunder towards Xavi Simons transfer, everything you need to know. What if Chelsea could solve their creative midfield problems with one signing? What if that signing could transform how the Blues play in the final third? Well, that might just be happening right now with Xavi Simons. The summer transfer window is heating up, and Chelsea fans have every reason to be excited. The Blues are making serious moves for RB Leipzig star attacking midfielder Xavi Simons, and according to transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, things are looking very promising indeed. Let's dive deep into everything we know about this potential blockbuster signing and why it could be exactly what Chelsea needs. Who is Xavi Simons and why does everyone want him? Before we get into the transfer details, let's talk about the player himself. Xavi Simons is a 22-year-old Dutch attacking midfielder who has been turning heads across Europe with his performances for RB Leipzig. But his journey to this point has been quite the adventure. Simons started his career at Barcelona's famous La Masia Academy before moving to Paris Saint-Germain as a teenager. After struggling to break into PSG's star-studded team, he moved to PSV Eindhoven on loan, where he really started to show his quality. His performances in the Netherlands caught Leipzig's attention, and they signed him on loan before making the move permanent earlier this year. So what makes Simons so special? The young Dutchman is the kind of player who can unlock tight defenses with his vision and creativity. He can play as an attacking midfielder, on either wing, or even as a false nine. That versatility is exactly what modern football demands, and it's something Chelsea could really use. His technical ability is outstanding. Simons has that rare combination of pace, skill, and football intelligence that separates good players from great ones. He can beat players one-on-one, create chances for teammates, and score goals himself. In short, he's the complete attacking package. Chelsea's transfer strategy. Why Simons makes perfect sense. Chelsea have been busy in the transfer market recently, but they still have areas that need strengthening. The attacking midfield position has been a particular concern. While the Blues have talented players, they sometimes lack that spark of creativity that can turn a good team into a great one. This is where Simons comes in. His ability to play multiple positions would give Chelsea's manager more tactical options. Imagine having a player who can drift wide to create space, drop deep to link play, or push forward to support the striker. That's exactly what Simons offers. The young Dutchman's age also fits perfectly with Chelsea's recent transfer strategy. The club has been focusing on signing younger players who can grow with the team and provide value for years to come. At 22, Simons has his best years ahead of him, and he could be a key player for Chelsea for many seasons. But perhaps most importantly, Simons has that X factor that can make the difference in tight games. How many times have Chelsea fans watched their team dominate possession but struggle to create clear chances? A player like Simons could be the solution to that problem. The current transfer situation, how close are we? Now, let's get to the juicy details that every Chelsea fan wants to know. According to Fabrizio Romano, who is basically the king of transfer news, Chelsea are now in advanced talks with both Leipzig and Simons himself. Romano revealed that Chelsea and Leipzig are having two separate discussions. One is about Xavi Simons, and the other is about Carney Chukwuemeka potentially going the other way. This suggests that the two clubs are working together to find a deal that works for everyone. The relationship between Chelsea and Leipzig is apparently very good. They worked together on the Christopher Nkunku transfer, which went smoothly, so there's already trust between the two clubs. This could make negotiations easier and faster. What's really encouraging for Chelsea fans is that Romano believes the negotiations on personal terms with Simons are going quite well. He even said he expects them to agree on every detail very soon. When Romano says something like this, you know it's serious. The journalist also mentioned that he still expects Simons to have very good chances of joining Chelsea this summer. Coming from someone with Romano's track record, that's about as close to a guarantee as you can get in the transfer world. The money talk. What will this cost Chelsea? Let's be honest, no transfer discussion is complete without talking about money. According to reports from Germany, Leipzig are demanding a total package of €70 million, including add-ons. That works out to about £61.2 million or $82.2 million. Is that a lot of money? Yes, absolutely. Would Simons become Chelsea's most expensive signing of what's already been a high-spending summer? Yes, probably. But here's the thing, sometimes you have to pay big money for quality, and Simons is definitely quality. Consider this, Leipzig signed Simons from PSG for €50 million in January. They're now looking to make a €20 million profit just 6 months later. That tells you everything you need about how highly rated this player is. Leipzig wouldn't be asking for such a high fee if they didn't believe Simons was worth it. For Chelsea, the question isn't really whether Simons is worth the money, it's whether they can afford to miss out on him. In today's market, €70 million for a 22-year-old with Simons' potential might actually be considered reasonable. Competition for Simons, who else wants him? Chelsea aren't the only club interested in Simons, which should tell you something about his quality. Bayern Munich have been tracking the situation closely, and they're not a club that gets interested in average players. Arsenal and Tottenham have also shown interest in the past, though it's not clear if they're still in the running. The fact that multiple Premier League clubs want him suggests he has the quality to succeed in English football. But here's where Chelsea might have an advantage. Their relationship with Leipzig, their willingness to pay the asking price, and their ability to offer Simons regular playing time could be the deciding factors. Sometimes it's not just about who wants a player the most, it's about who can offer the best package deal. The competition also shows why Chelsea need to move quickly. If they hesitate too long, another club might swoop in and steal Simons away. That's the reality of the modern transfer market. If you want someone, you need to act fast. What would Simons bring to Chelsea? So what exactly would Chelsea fans be getting if this transfer goes through? Let's break down what Simons would bring to Stamford Bridge. First, there's his creativity. Simons has that rare ability to see passes that other players miss. He can thread a ball through the tightest of defenses and create chances out of nothing. For a Chelsea team that sometimes struggles to break down stubborn defenses, this could be game-changing. His versatility is another huge plus. Modern football is all about tactical flexibility, and Simons gives his manager multiple options. Need width? He can play on the wing. Need someone to link midfield and attack? He can play as a number 10. Need someone to press high up the pitch? He can do that too. Simons is also a goal threat himself. He's not just a creator, he can finish chances when they come his way. Having another goal scorer in the team takes pressure off the main striker and makes Chelsea less predictable in attack. Perhaps most importantly, Simons has that winning mentality. He's played for big clubs, he's represented his country, and he knows what it takes to perform at the highest level. That's exactly the kind of character Chelsea need as they try to compete with the very best teams in Europe. The challenge is, what could go wrong? Of course, no transfer is guaranteed until the player is holding up the shirt, and there are still challenges that could derail this deal. The price is obviously a big factor. While €70 million might be reasonable in today's market, it's still a lot of money. Chelsea need to be sure they're making the right investment, especially after some expensive transfers haven't worked out as planned in recent years. There's also the question of where Simons would fit into Chelsea's current system. The Blues have invested heavily in their squad, and finding the right balance won't be easy. The new manager will need to figure out how to get the best out of all these talented players. Competition from other clubs is another concern. If Bayern Munich or another big club makes a serious move, they could potentially outbid Chelsea or offer Simons something that the London club can't match. Finally, there's always the risk that a player might not adapt to the Premier League. It's a different style of football, more physical and faster than what Simons is used to in Germany. While most expect him to succeed, you never know for sure until you see it happen. What this means for Chelsea's future. If Chelsea do manage to sign Simons, it would be a statement of intent. It would show that the club is serious about building a team capable of competing for the biggest trophies. More importantly, it would give the team a player who could be crucial for years to come. The signing would also show that Chelsea's transfer strategy is working. They've been focusing on young, talented players who can grow with the club, and Simons fits that profile perfectly. If he develops as expected, he could become one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. For Chelsea fans, the excitement is obvious. After years of watching the team struggle to create chances consistently, the prospect of having a player like Simons is thrilling. He's exactly the kind of player who could take Chelsea to the next level. The bottom line, should Chelsea fans get excited? So, should Chelsea fans allow themselves to get excited about this potential signing? Based on everything we know right now, the answer is probably yes. The negotiations are advanced, the player seems interested, and Chelsea appear to be leading the race. Romano's updates suggest that this is a real possibility, not just media speculation. Of course, transfers can fall through at the last minute, and nothing is guaranteed until it's official. But all the signs point to this being a deal that Chelsea are serious about completing. Simons would bring exactly what Chelsea need: creativity, versatility, and that X factor that can make the difference in big games. At 22, he has the potential to be a key player for many years to come. The price might be high, but sometimes you have to pay for quality. If Chelsea can get this deal over the line, it could be one of the signings of the summer. For now, All Chelsea fans can do is wait and hope that the club can close this deal. But based on the latest reports, there are plenty of reasons to be optimistic. The thunder might just be the sound of Xavi Simons heading to Stamford Bridge. What do you think about this potential signing? Would Simons be the missing piece in Chelsea's puzzle? Let us know what you think, and keep your eyes on Chelsea HQ View for all the latest updates on this exciting transfer saga.